Deuce close. Mastering Madden.
So it looks like we have a bit of a resurgence in cover 2 in this game, probably because of the good blitzes out of nickel normal, the nickel blitz there. So I want to show you guys two really easy, really quick passing concepts that we can use to attack in. So that's with Smash, and then we'll show you how to work in Ohio off of that. So what you're going to want to do, just to start off with, to find your play is going to concept, medium pass, going to something like Smash. What you're going to want to find is a route combination like Smash up top here on Gun Trip's halfback weak, where the strong side number 1 is on a little 5-yard hitch, and the strong side number 2 is coming in behind him on that corner route. So we're going to go ahead and call that, and I'm going to come out in nickel 245, Tampa 2, and you're going to want to align your Smash concept to the field. So you can run this out of 2x2, 1x3 is a little bit better, or certain formations where you can get the number 3 on the line of scrimmage as a tight end here, and you could block 6 or 7 guys, and then you have just a little two route concept that with max protect you can attack cover 2. So that's going to be nice against those blitzes, obviously, and we'll kind of get to that a little bit later in this video. In this case, we don't have as good of max protection, but we have a good route from the number 3 here that can get open on the other side of cover 2, or at the very least is just going to preoccupy the user a little bit. But otherwise, we have a quick and easy passing concept on the left here, where just against standard cloud flat here, we can throw this 5-yard hitch, just wait a couple seconds for him to get open, and you can get 5 yards every single time. So you throw this, 2 plays back to back, and you got yourself a first down. Really easy stuff, right? So the other things that we can work off of this is once they are, once they see what you're doing here on these quick hitches here, you would expect a possible hard flat. And so we know as soon as we have that hard flat, well, we got this corner route right here that we can turn upfield, maybe make the safety miss, and get a lot more yards there. So right away, they're in a huge bind here. So other things that we can do, if we don't like, throwing this every time, getting the 5 yards, if we want to be a little bit more aggressive with it, what we can do is we can smart route that hitch to 10 yards. So if we don't want to hit it 5 yards every time, we want to get that first down right away, just go ahead and smart route that. And you're going to need to just wait an extra second or two for the vertical hook to release the corner route and then go default back into his zone. And then in this case, a low ball and an outside pass lead is going to help you out here, just like that, and you get 10 yards every single time. So let's just show that again. So the vertical hook, again, he's going to see that nobody's in his zone. He's going to default back and just low ball, outside pass lead. And then, of course, with this same smart route hitch, if they throw a hard flat at you, if the cornerback sinks underneath that hitch, of course, you're going to have that corner route above him. So other things that, this, as you can see there, we're throwing in that hitch, that 10-yard hitch with a outside pass lead and a low ball, just to avoid this vertical hook a little bit. But if you're coming up against somebody that's not as sound in their cover 2, say they're base aligning, or if it's 4-3 normal, the guy's going to be kind of out here a little bit, and you have a little bit more room, things are going to work out a little bit better for you. So you're going to have more room there. You don't really have to lowball that. And then on top of that, if you are coming up against one of these heavy blitzers that is, sending everybody and just using the middle, aka using this post route over here, you're going to have a lot more room. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the vertical hook at all. You just need to worry about holding up against the blitz a little bit. So in this case, you just wait a little bit for the hitch to open up, and you got him right there for, again, easy 10 yards every single time. Now this is going to get even better for you if they are leaving soft squats on the field. I'm not sure how many people actually do that, but he's going to sink. He's going to essentially play the same technique, but he's not going to put a jam on the hitch, so he's going to sink to the corner quicker. And so if we show that here, I think it does a little bit better job there, where you have an extra 2 or 3 yards from the corner, and just a little bit more cushion there to make sure that you catch that ball. So that's really, we showed it with the 5-yard hitch, the 10-yard hitch. We showed the corner coming in behind it if they're running the hard flat. The bad alignment from the vertical hook will give you a little bit more room on that hitch. The blitz is going to give you a lot more room because you're not worried about that hook at all. Soft squat is going to give you a little bit more room from the cornerback. And then other things like if they base align. So this is really going to give you your best option here. I'm not sure how many people are base aligning cover 2. Basey, just like that. And this will, against cover 3, let's see if I can get into cover 3. So cover 3 with cloud flats here. The cloud flat from a cover 3 doesn't sink as deep, but if you are confident in your number 1 wide receiver, you can throw a low ball here, and you can still work that in against cloud flats. So it's a lot tighter there, but it actually does a pretty good job against that. It's hard for that cloud flat defender from the cover 3 to make a play there. But back to kind of what I was just working on before that, you do have an option if you do, of course, ever see cover 2 base aligned, where you can start to work in Ohio off of it. So you have a fade from number 1, and you have a short out from number 2, and then we can, streak number 3 to preoccupy that safety a little bit, and we can just throw that fade in right behind that cornerback there. Because if he's not putting a jam in on the number 1 wide receiver, well, the safety's never going to be able to get there in time. He was last year with 91 zone coverage, but this year he's not. And so I don't know how often you'll see this, especially against better players, but I have seen it before where people are base aligning cover 2, and if you throw that right, you can turn that upfield and get an easy 1-play touchdown. But also, Ohio isn't only good against base align cover 2, it's actually pretty good against just regular cover 2 here, where similar to the 5-yard hitch, we could hit this 5-yard out underneath that cloud flat every time. So we just do a outside pass lead, just like that, and we can get 5-6 yards every single time. So this is something that, at a certain point, they're going to have to account for this. So again, throw it again, just like that, toe tap. Yeah, in that case, he decided not to catch it, but, just after the jam, outside pass lead, toe tap, and there you go. Every single time. It is a contested catch, but I think these are hard to knock out, if you kind of know what I'm trying to get at here. Then, if you throw that a few times, you throw that twice, you're getting a first down. They're going to have to start to work in hard flats on you. This is actually something I like to do on 3rd and short. Well, any 2nd and short, 3rd and short, 4th and short, where I am expecting a hard flat there from their cover 2. It's a simple high-low read there, where if they're running a cloud, I hit that out underneath and get their first down. Or if they're aggressive and they're running the hard flat, then you can just hit this fade here for a 1-play touchdown. So it's really easy to see, really, if they don't put a jam on your wide receiver there, it's going to be a hard flat. So just like this. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take that upfield and score. So that's Ohio against, base align is nice for that 1-play score. The out is good against really just a regular cover 2. They bring in the hard flat, you go back to the fade. The soft squats are kind of interesting. Actually, before I get to that, I want to make a quick note about Ohio against cover 2. So really, if they really want to shut down Ohio, they're going to have to do something like, a cloud flat. They keep this cloud flat in, but find a way to be better underneath. So whether that's putting a hard flat on this nickel defender, which they can't, so they might need to man him up, which I think you can actually still beat, depending on what your matchup is. But in that case, then they won't be able to bring the heavy blitz on you. So, you know, a lot of people that are running cover 2, they want it to bring the 6-man heat or bring the 5-man heat. But if you are putting that cornerback cloud flat in a bind there where he can't cover that out and he can't cover that fade, now they have to take this blitzer out to do, you know, whatever adjustment they need to do. And so now you have one less player to worry about in pass protection. So maybe now you can bring this halfback out on the table route. You don't need him in to block, and you can do something with there. Depends on what your play is, but you see the kind of chess game that you're working in there. So before I wrap it up, I just want to go over soft squats as well. Soft squats are, depending on what your smash concept is, if it's 1x3 or 2x2. If it's 1x3, the soft squat is going to sink similar like he does with the cloud flat, except he's going to sink deeper because he's not spending time jamming the wide receiver. So you'll have a little bit more room. You can actually pass lead that up and get 9 yards there. If you find your smash concept in 2x2 and they're running soft squats, the soft squat is going to jump and out from number 2. So you're not going to want to throw that, but then you're going to have the fade, and you can get that score similar like you do in hard flat and baseline. Okay, so that's Smash in Ohio. I think those are really simple, you know, just 2 routes. We don't need to get too crazy. We can work that in with some other stuff if you can find a way to, you know, put number 3 on one of those better crossing routes, you know, with some of your route running chemistries, or, you know, work in something with some of these other wide receivers. But that's something nice and consistent that you can do. And then I showed you, you know, even the smart routed hitch here can be decent against cover 3 cloud flats. Okay, so that's it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.